And we welcome you to Survivor Series, the preview show here on This Is Wrestling. It is Versage, alongside the one and only Zach McGibbon. You are fired up about the Survivor Series, aren't you? How are you?
Oh, I'm giddy. I'm at the edge of my seat here, Lee, to break down all the matches here for WWE Survivor Series WarGames 2025 edition. I'm looking forward to it. And I mean, we already went through so much audio this week, and no Golden Hawks this week, no hockey this week for me. So I have some time to work with. So let's get this extra piece of audio going.
Well, look, you have time. You claim to be busy. I was fortunate enough to be invited over to watch the Dallas Cowboys defeat the Kansas City referees. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs. And lo and behold, there was your father there.
Yes, you were telling me just before we were going on air.
Zach, now, a couple things. Number one, how many times have we talked this week? This is at least like the third time.
This is the third time in terms of recording, yes.
Yes, but we've gone back and forth most days this week. Would you say so?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay. It was really nice of you to, let everybody know that you were getting a new car.
Yes.
What did you go from and what did you go to?
I went from a 2009 Subaru Impreza. And that was, you might remember the first month we talked about on the show here a few years ago, that the gas line got cut.
Yep.
And I think you were the most apologetic I've ever heard you on the show. Ever since then, it was running well until the last couple of months. And I decided enough was enough. I had gotten the most out of it. And I have been able to upgrade to a 2025 Toyota RAV4.
Come on.
I know.
Now, what are the payments like on that, Zach?
Well, it's different for me because it's let's just say through how do I explain it? I was able to get an inheritance. I was able to get an inheritance recently, so I was like, oh, this is kind of working out well. So,
okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
What have you done with the rest of the money? I can tell you what you didn't do with the money.
What?
You didn't invest in like the $4 or the $3 that it takes for somebody to automatically set your fantasy lineups. How'd you do against your dad?
Oh, of course, Dad would have to put that over.
No, Zach. How did you do when you played?
I lost to my dad. Even if I had set my fantasy lineup, I was going to lose that week.
Yes, Zach. When you start the sentence with "even if I was," that's not good. That's not good.
I thought one of my running backs was starting that week, and it turned out he was marked out that same day. So
don't you like with Mr. Muscle? Don't you like talk about football on your other really, really great podcast?
On Blue Collar Sports, we do talk about football on there. Yes,
you do. Oh.
Yes.
Where does Muscle Guy live?
You're talking, of course, about Stefan Paulson, former professional wrestler Savage Paulson, out on the Indies. He lives out in Montreal.
He lives in Montreal.
Yes.
Do they have internet in Montreal?
They do have internet in Montreal.
Do they have internet in Belleville?
There is internet here in Belleville.
Okay, good. My favorite part of the story was not that your dad beat you in fantasy because you didn't set your lineup. It was that he knew that you needed to set your lineup and refused to tell you beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, he had to get the victory. I understand. No shortcuts or anything like that. I understand with Dad why he would do that. So.
All right. Speaking of victories, there's only 4 matches on this year's Survivor Series card. And how long will the show be? We will find out. I don't know about this one, but there's lots to talk about. We're going to start with the women's matches because I don't know if there's as much to talk about with those. but we'll see. Maybe we'll spawn a discussion.
Yep.
Stephanie Vaquer will defend the Women's World Championship against Nikki Bella. Is there even a remote 0.1% chance? Which would be double what the Philadelphia Eagles can do, also losing to Chicago today.
Damn right.
And the reason I brought that up is because Nikki Bella is such a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. It's like, yeah, it's all over for you, Nikki, and it's all over for you, Nikki. I said that twice.
Yes.
Yes, but to two different people. One,
yes.
Nikki Bella. The other one, Nikki Sirianni, because that's what I'm going to call him now. Is there any chance that Stephanie Vaquer loses to Nikki Bella?
There's always a chance in professional wrestling, but like what you said, it's probably the smallest of small chances. Now, I once famously went on this show and said Jey Uso had zero chance of winning the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that was this year, actually.
That was this year, yes. So I'm not going to make that same mistake again. I will say Stephanie Vaquer will retain the title, but I will not say there is a 0% chance because Jey Uso continues to burn me throughout 2025.
Is there anything that's going to happen with Nikki Bella after this match that will be meaningful?
Are you alluding to a potential Brie Bella appearance of some sort and bringing back the Bellas?
I don't know if I was alluding to that. I was asking you very generically.
Yeah.
Is it, you know, she wrestles here, turns heel, wrestles and loses and it's over? Or is there more?
I will be bold and say maybe there's more where Nikki Bella loses. They're continuing to try to establish this heel thing with Nikki Bella. And maybe as part of this heel gimmick, they bring back Brie Bella. I know that Brie had said in the past that she had not really been reached out by WWE, whether it be in connection to her husband, Bryan Danielson, working for All Elite Wrestling. But I think if Nikki Bella is going to be here for a while and you want to try and continue this heel character and extend it past the pay-per-view, maybe you do something at the end of the show with Brie Bella, or the end of the match, I should say, with Brie Bella coming in. And then
please God,
the way they
do not let it be the end of the show.
I was just going to say, hopefully it doesn't main event. That would be a very odd main event for Survivor Series War Games.
So I would agree that that's, I don't even know if it's bold. I just can't see Nikki Bella losing and then just fading away, like heel turn, got the match, loses, goodbye.
Yeah.
I kind of hope she does, but that's mean, Zach. That's mean. I don't really want to watch Nikki Bella in a title match just because she attacked Stephanie Vaquer and then got a match.
Yeah. Well, it's the classic way to do it in professional wrestling now. You just attack the champion and then lay claim to the championship, and then you get a title shot. That's how it works in pro wrestling now.
All right. The women's War Games match in San Diego, California, coming up on Saturday. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and AJ Lee against Nia Jax, Lash Legend, the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, and then Becky Lynch. What intrigues you about this match?
It's a great question, Lee. There's not much that really intrigues me going into this match.
I have something, but
okay. I like to hear it. I sell me, like, you know how WWE, when they would recruit announcers, like, all right, here's this broomstick, sell me this broomstick. Sell me the Women's Survivor Series match.
I'm going to sell you on the fact that on the hype train of this match, they actually had a pretty interesting sit down with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. Can they coexist? Can they trust each other? Can they be on the same team? They respect each other. But I thought it was well done. It was well shot. They didn't say too much, but it was just enough. And to me, what has to come out of this match is more tension and the thought that Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair could get back up to a different level when it comes to the world title. They currently don't have those championships, but they are the two best women's wrestlers in the company. And they have the most heat with fans, with each other. They have the most drawing power. And if I'm the WWE right now, I am using this opportunity with a really good sit down and some good lead up to this match to go, okay, we can do other things with other women. Add AJ Lee. Becky Lynch has been all over the media with Seth Rollins the last week or two. But where there's money is Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. For Charlotte, this time with Alexa Bliss to kind of get back into the, okay, I'm not just a bleep, to be polite. I think that's how everyone kind of saw her. And she softened quite a bit here with the partnership with Alexa Bliss. But she looks like she's kind of getting back into that, I want to be at the top. I can do it a little bit softer, but I'm still Charlotte Flair. And if we get the beginning of that here that leads to either the Rumble, or for me, I would go right to WrestleMania and have these two. So that's what I want to see. I'm actually intrigued by that because, to be honest, I don't have a lot of intrigue in watching Nia Jax or Kairi Sane. And I love Kairi Sane. I think she's really talented, but she's not next level.
Right. What about Lash Legend? You excited to see Lash Legend in there tangling?
I'm not. No.
Are you excited to see the same trash can spot with Io Sky once again, where she will put the trash can over top of her and go to the top of the cage and dive into multiple people? And we have to pretend like we hadn't seen this spot in every single iteration of the Survivor Series women's match since it was probably introduced to WWE years ago. Are you excited to see that trash can spot? And people go, that Io Sky, I don't know how she does it. Oh, I know how she does it. She does it multiple times.
I think she's a really good wrestler that puts on some top performing matches. But the problem for her, they have not done a very good job at putting her with someone. Like, to me, I would be putting Io Sky like right into the singles and have her not talk and have her turn heel and have a manager that does all the talking. Like, that's just exactly what I would do with her. Make her a top level star by not letting her speak anymore because she's just not great in the English language. She's so incredible in the ring. And we've seen other talents that have someone talk for them. They do their talking in the ring and they are wonderful to watch. That's what I would do with Io Sky, but she's not there right now. So to me, Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair are just, I think the gap's pretty big in the rest of this match. I would only put Stephanie Vacour there. I think Julia should have been there, and they screwed that up really badly.
Yeah.
With her with the U.S. Women's title. I don't know what they're doing with her or not. I feel bad, but they've dropped her down where people don't look at her as elite right now. So I would do something with them, and I would like to see something like that come out of this match. That's a long time for you to think of anything that would intrigue you in this match.
Yeah, no, I think you nailed it there. Super Sage. I'm gonna try. I will try. Look, here's the thing about these women's Survivor Series War Games matchups. They always build these matchups around spots because they never really do a good job with the building of the actual story into the match. They always build it where it's like, oh, we're gonna have these women do these incredible spots, and that's gonna be the standout for these kind of matches. So that's what I'm expecting here with this women's War Games match. And quite frankly, like I wish they could do much better in terms of the storyline build. Like, I know what you mentioned there with the potential of a Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair elevation back into the main event and having them back in the title picture. But you look at everything else here, it's like, there's really nothing that comes out and grabs you in terms of a story. So I am fully expecting a lot of spots in here to try and make up for that.
That was telling us what we are going to see, not what
Yep.
you're intrigued by.
I know. I'm trying to deflect as much as possible, as you could tell. Trying to
Yes, your answer is nothing, but it's your job to find something.
I know. I've analyzed the match. I've told you, get excited for the Io Sky trash can spot, because it will happen again. It's the Kofi Kingston Royal Rumble spot now, essentially. So get fired up.
All right. Let's get to the men's War Games match. CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, the Usos, and Roman Reigns will take on Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar. It feels like all-star teams and not like back in the day when you had a real team and you went to war in the War Games because these are your brothers or sisters. It doesn't feel like that right now in this match, but they did tease on Monday quite a bit. Roman Reigns coming and saying, yeah, like we're going to do this. He also started looking at CM Punk, and he started looking at Cody Rhodes, and he started looking at the titles, and basically said that I'm coming for that championship. And CM Punk was like, you mean me? And the whole idea was that we didn't know who he was talking about at that time. So some dissension within that family. I loved the spot where, like, I'm not a big go home show guy going into Survivor Series where I know all 10 people are coming to the ring in some fashion and we're going to have this standoff. And it's like, it's just so predictable. However, I did very much appreciate the spot where they're all outside and then the heels get together and say, you know what, let's go in. And then they all run to the ring and then 4 of them stop, but Logan Paul goes in the ring. And the rest of them were just like, So I really enjoyed that. Obviously you and everyone else who follows the WWE have seen the Brock Lesnar coming out, kind of dancing, slipping, not dancing, but doing his little spot before the hop that he does and kind of wiped out. I enjoyed it because it made him look kind of human. And I'm reading all this stuff like it's taken the aura away from him. I'm like, oh, really? Really? Go say that to him. See if the aura is gone when you walk up to him and say that.
Yeah. Hey, Brock, I think your aura's gone now.
Yeah.
Let's see how that goes. I actually thought it enhanced it even more because of the way he responded to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I love when those things happen.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a negative at all. But anyway, so a lot of places to go in this match. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with Roman looking at his own team with the titles?
Well, I did want to mention, kind of sticking with that Brock point. I am interested to see how Brock does in a War Games match. That is intriguing to me. Just the way that he wrestles, his style, and it'll be interesting where they put him. I imagine he'll be like 3rd or 4th, maybe even 5th. And all he's just going to do is just go in there and throw everybody around the cage. Yep. Like I could just see that spot already. And I think that spot will rock when he comes in and does that. In terms of the Roman Reigns angle, I mean, do you envision potentially them going back to the Cody program just with maybe a Roman heel run and a Cody babyface? Or do you see some sort of, because I don't think, I mean, you could sell me on a Roman Cody a Roman CM Punk feud. Like there was initially some teases about that last year. Then Seth Rollins got included into that. And It's WrestleMania, so we can't have a straight one-on-one match. We have to have a three-way in the main event. So maybe this is them kind of making up for that last year, where then you have the one-on-one between Punk and Roman, and CM Punk can get the Roman Reigns match in the main event. That you could sell me on that, but there's also the idea percolated in my head of them going back to the Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes one more time and do a third match.
Where does that leave Brock then?
See, that's a great question. Like, it could be, if I was thinking Brock and Braun at Mania, if you wanted to do that match, that would be a very interesting one-on-one if you wanted to put a guy over. And I think Brock would do that. So that's one angle you could go with Brock, because I don't see him competing, especially for CM Punk's World Heavyweight Championship. You know, I don't see Brock getting in the title picture, but Brock going against Braun Breaker as, you know, two Paul Heyman guys fighting it out, I think that could be intriguing. And you have the guy that's on the come up in Braun Breaker that everybody likes. So that could be an angle to go down.
Yeah, so I think I would trust Cody and Roman to put on a great match, where I know the other one's intriguing and we haven't seen it yet. But I could give you tweener Cody versus tweener Roman. I could give you that.
Yeah.
Right? I thought Cody cut one hell of a promo. Like, standing up on the table and basically running down everybody.
Yeah, that's promo on SmackDown last week. Yeah,
it was incredible.
Yeah, it was
incredible. I think it's interesting with the Survivor Series promo when they're looking at it too, that they're doing Cody and Brock and Roman's kind of in the background. I think that's interesting. It used to be Roman and Brock, and then they changed it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they're doing that on purpose. I think I would look at Cody and Roman more than I would look at Punk and Roman. I would find something else for Punk to do. And I actually have a good, I think a pretty good suggestion.
Okay.
As to what CM Punk would do. But let's also look on the other side of this match. You're interested in Brock Lesnar. I'm really interested in Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, I don't know. Every time I think they're going to do something with Drew, I'm like, this is the one they're going to do something with Drew. And then they don't. But then this is the one they're going to do something. And then they don't. I get it.
Yeah.
I've been fooled by this like a lot. A lot.
It's eventually going to stick, Lee. You're going to finally land that airplane. Somehow, some way.
But is this the one?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
No?
Okay, first of all, the heels are winning this match, correct?
I think so, yeah.
Right. So one of them actually has to get the pin and do something. And that's where I think they can finally put Drew McIntyre in a spot where he is the one that ends up getting the pinfall victory or making somebody submit so that Drew McIntyre is front and center after the Survivor Series. I don't think that you need to do it with Brock. I can't imagine the faces, especially like Jimmy Uso feels like the biggest pin eater in the world, or a guy that's going to submit or whatever it is. Like, he will be the person losing it for their team, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But I am going to say that Drew McIntyre is going to be featured because they actually don't have to put the title on him to put him in a. So this is the one time I'm like, okay, I'm not going away from my every pay-per-view. I'm going to pick Drew McIntyre spot because they don't have to put the title on him. He can be a feature. I'd love it if it were somebody else, but it's not going to be Logan Paul. I don't think it needs to be Brock Lesnar. It won't be Bronson Reed, I don't think.
Mhm.
It could be Braun Breaker for sure, but my money would be on Drew McIntyre first. So I'm a little bit intrigued with that. All right, let's get to John Cena and Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship, the second last appearance for John Cena before he retires. So I'm going to ask you a number of questions here, and let's kind of flesh this out.
Okay.
First, I'm going to ask you, who wins?
I'm going to say Dominic Mysterio.
So if I had the pencil,
Mhm.
I would not have Dominic Mysterio win this match.
I agree with you, for the record.
So there's two matches left for John Cena. Is he losing both of them?
I could see it. The thing is like, there's the before I let you go, I'll say this in terms of I think you could sell me on, Cena winning his last match and then he goes off in the sunset and we move on and you end off this retirement run on a happy ending, and that's where you have the loss. And you could have Dominic Mysterio saying, I was the last person to beat John Cena, and use that as part of heel heat, because you all love your heel heat with Dominic Mysterio. So I am here to play into that for you all and say that could be some good heel heat for Dominic Mysterio.
Okay. Yep. I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just souring a little bit on the tournament and John Cena losing the Intercontinental title and then going in on December 13th and losing in the tournament, and like, okay, I guess. Now this is in Petco Park, which is the home of Dominic Mysterio, San Diego, after John Cena beat him in his hometown in Boston. So I like that synergy that they're doing. I guess I would ask you next, do you think, because we've had this discussion before, do you think the Intercontinental title being up for grabs in John Cena's last match makes it more intriguing or less intriguing?
More, for sure.
So then why wouldn't you do it?
Because I don't think it's about the Intercontinental Championship, unfortunately, in the eyes of WWE. I think it's about moments. And what a bigger moment than John Cena winning in his last match against whomever it is in the finals of the tournament. And then you have that moment in Washington, D.C. where he celebrates and all that.
So why could the Intercontinental Championship, I mean, Sting kept the tag team championships in his last match. Is it possible that John Cena retires with the Intercontinental Championship and they do something? Now they just like they're doing a tournament for the right to face John Cena. It feels like they wouldn't do another tournament. Maybe they would.
I wouldn't put it past them. Actually, I wouldn't put it past them to do another tournament, if I'm being honest. Maybe put the Intercontinental Championship on the line of the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia next year.
Yeah. Okay. So I was going to go there. What if you put, okay, couple scenarios. Let's play that out in January.
Sure.
That the Intercontinental Championship is on the line in the Royal Rumble. Then I would ask you, is it on the line for the winner? Or is it on the line for the first loser? Because
explain that to me a little bit.
Well, let's just say that Drew McIntyre and Braun Breaker are wrestling as the final two. One of them will become the Intercontinental Champion, and one of them will get the title shot at WrestleMania of their choosing.
Mm-hmm.
But both could be on the line in that spot.
Okay. Yeah.
Braun Breaker gets thrown out by Drew McIntyre. Braun Breaker is still the Intercontinental Champion. No, Zach does not. I can see his face going, I'm trying to find a way to like this.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have the last loser or whatever of the Royal Rumble be the Intercontinental. Like, we're gonna do all of that. Like, put the belt on Cena, have him keep it all the way just for the belt to go on a loser. You know, like I can't buy into that.
Okay. So
that sounds like those in TNA right now, where you could keep the X Division title, or you could give it up and you can go for the World Championship. That's just what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, the two work in synergy, TNA and WWE. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it more, you need that corporate synergy going. Maybe they should go all the way with it. Why not? Let's get Frankie Kazarian out there and just have him be the Intercontinental Champion.
But do you think the Intercontinental Championship being on the line at the Royal Rumble makes sense for the person who wins it anyway? Like, I know what you're saying about the first loser. I totally understand. I have a story in when I played minor hockey. And I know this has really nothing to do with, but I'm going to get it in anyway because I love it.
Yeah.
So way back in the day, like we go to these tournaments, and for anyone that's like even close to my age or more, sometimes they started tournaments like 64 teams in the tournament. But if you lose your first game, you go to the consolation side, and you can never come back and win this tournament. You can win the consolation finals, but it's like you lose the first game, you're on the left side of the bracket. You're never getting back to the right side of the bracket.
Right.
Okay. So we played this massive tournament in Niagara Falls. We lost the first game, but we then go on a run, and it's like the next game you lose, you're out. Well, we won the first one. We won the second one. We won the third one. And now we're in what they're calling the consolation finals. The finals on the left side of the bracket.
Right.
Well, we lost that game. We got a trophy. At the time, it's like, yeah, we actually had a pretty good tournament. We just lost in a shootout in the end, and we got a trophy. As I got older, I'm like, so you were consolation finalists. So of the losers bracket, you were the first loser. So you not only were in the losers championship, but you lost the losers championship and you got a trophy. The losers of the losers bracket. Here you go, kids. Here's your trophy. But my point in doing all of this would say, I understand what you're saying about giving the title to a loser, but I would also argue that, let's say Drew McIntyre wins and he wins the Intercontinental title, but his focus is on the WWE Championship, whatever one he picks. The Intercontinental title is going to be lost it's going to be just in the way anyway. It's not going to be the utmost importance to Drew McIntyre, because the title shot will be way more important than the Intercontinental title defenses. And if you get to the second last person in the Royal Rumble, you have achieved something. And if you won that title, and it basically was this, hey, the Intercontinental title isn't the world title. It basically is the second or third. I think it's probably ahead of the US, but it is the second biggest title. Well, you came second. I can kind of get behind that and go, you know what? I might not be world champion yet, but I came second in the Royal Rumble. I'm now the Intercontinental Champion, and I'm going to work my ass off to get up back into that title picture by making this Intercontinental title amazing. I would tell you that if you put that title up in the Royal Rumble, I prefer the first loser to get it than the winner. Because I don't think the winner is going to treat it very well going after the world title at WrestleMania. Fair argument?
All I heard during that was just one word. That was geek. All I heard, geek. Just a giant geek. Oh, I might not have won, but by golly, did I get this Intercontinental Championship? I tried so hard. And
no, but what if they got absolutely... No, hold on. What if you look at it the other way? What if they get absolutely screwed? What if...
Bigger geek.
Let's just say it's Logan Paul. And Logan Paul is second last in the ring. He was third last year.
Yep.
Logan Paul is second last in the ring, but somehow, I don't know, the entire Usos come out and it's like 5-on-1 to make sure that Roman Reigns wins it. The family's back and they screw Logan Paul. And he can get on TV the next week and say, I got screwed and I'm still a champion. You have no idea what you've unleashed.
Geek. I still hear geek. Just see it as like geek. Talking about a consolation prize. God, I might not have won that chance at the World Championship, but I got this Intercontinental Championship with me now.
Would you
it's like getting the participation medal, you know, in a soccer tournament or whatever.
Would you
like that's what it sounds like to me.
Would you put the Intercontinental title up in a tournament and have John Cena win his final match as the Intercontinental Champion, retire as the IC champ, and then have a tournament or have a whatever you want to call it? Would you do that?
I like it a lot better than having it be the last loser of the Royal Rumble.
But do you like it better than Dominic Mysterio winning tomorrow?
I'd much rather, I would much rather have Dom win it back. And I'm saying that through a bated breath and gritting my teeth. But I would much rather have Dom just win it back tomorrow so that you could say we ticked off a mark on the checkbox where John Cena gets the Intercontinental Championship back, and you could use it for heat for Dominic Mysterio. And then you could do the John Cena final match, because then you could have Cena win in his final match. Like, I just look at it, it's like I'm the more the weeks go on, the more I'm having a hard time believing that John Cena is going to lose in his final match.
So if he does retain, what if he loses that title to Gunther? Is that better?
That would at least accomplish something, you know? Like, I know it would go right back to Gunther, and Gunther was already like one of the longest, if not the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. But at least it would, you would have something coming out of it. It's like, all right, this is the guy that beat John Cena in his final match. He took that Intercontinental Championship with him, and now he's going through and going to wreak havoc again. Like, the whole thing with Gunther is like, he's got new music. He seems like he's reinvigorated, and this is like more of this is a pissed off Gunther that's in there now. If you wanted to continue that, I could buy in on that. But again, I don't think that's happening. I think Dom's going to win it back.
Okay. Is there any way, though, that Cena beats Mysterio, retires as the IC champ, and whatever way they go after that Dominic Mysterio gets that title back? He couldn't beat Cena, and that's going to be his heat. Like, but then he gets it back and tells everyone how great he is, and then everyone kind of chants for John Cena because he couldn't beat Cena, and it almost has this like, it's going to drive him crazy.
That could work too.
I'm actually very split on this match and looking forward to seeing what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. I think there's a lot of things that you could do with this match. There's just a ton of ways to go. I think they're gonna have Dominic Mysterio win the title back.
Yeah.
That's what I think is going to happen. It's not what I would do. I would I would definitely have seen it. I would definitely have seen it beat him, and then kind of figure out what I'm going to do with the winner of the tournament and the title. And it doesn't mean Dom's out of that picture as far as getting the title back at a later date. But I just can't see John Cena losing both. I would book him to win this match.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
here, Lee.
I think people want to see the people want to see whether I like it or you like it. There's no question that people want to see and celebrate with John Cena.
Yep. Oh, so agree on that.
So where is that going to happen? And I don't know if it's going to happen in that last match if it's Gunther. So maybe it could happen here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still don't understand the Brock Lesnar squash though.
Yeah. It's the more time passes on, the more it's like if it built to something, I would have loved it. Because if it was like a rebuilding thing and you have John Cena face off against Brock Lesnar again in this retirement match and he overcomes Brock Lesnar, that's a great story to tell right there.
I agree.
But instead they just played the hits and in terms of their previous matches, and then we really haven't gotten a follow-up since then. So yeah, I agree with you there. But look, here's the thing. Who are we to deny the number one wrestler that's 30 under 30 in ESPN, the number one 30 under 30 wrestler in Dominic Mysterio, and him being number one again for 2 straight years. I mean, you can't think of a better wrestler who's under 30 of the other 30 wrestlers. You can't think of any other better wrestler. Like Kyle Fletcher, no, and not better than Dominic Mysterio. MJF,
Kyle Fletcher was number 2. Don't worry about it.
Fletcher was number 2, but he's not better than Dominic Mysterio, according to ESPN.
I agree.
Oh, you got to be crazy. You got to be crazy to think that MJF, Dominic Mysterio better than MJF. Dominic Mysterio better than Rhea Ripley. Dominic Mysterio better than Braun Breaker. Like the only ones I really agreed with were Jack Perry. It's like, yeah, I believe he is better than Jack Perry. But
so the top 10, just for people, Dominic Mysterio 1, Fletcher 2, Rhea Ripley 3, MJF 4, Tiffany Stratton 5, Braun Breaker 6, Blake Monroe 7, Obafemi 8, Roxanne Perez 9, Leon Slater 10. And then it gets to Javon Evans. Also, like in the top 20, you have El Hijo de Vikingo.
Yep.
You have Gabe Kidd, Mascara Dorada. Jack Perry came in at 22.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of playing with you a little bit because I think MJF should be number 1. Like no questions asked.
Yeah.
No, but no question.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's not even that close.
Yeah.
Between everybody else.
But Lee, he gets heat. You don't understand. Dominic Mysterio gets so much heat. Like the heat, the heat. No, not about the matches in professional wrestling. It's the heat that he gets.
But we're arguing like, look, Dominic's number 1. He's got the name. He's risen a lot. Yeah. He deserves to be in the top 5. He does. So now we're arguing about what's that?
I don't know if I can agree with that.
I would
name me a great Dominic Mysterio match that these other guys and gals haven't had a better one.
AJ Styles?
One? I didn't even think that was that great of a match. I thought it was a fine, bang up average match.
Okay.
It also had smoke and mirrors.
Tiffany Stratton's 5. What match of hers was incredible that you have to go back and watch? What match of Obafemi's has been so great? And Roxanne Perez. And like, there's so many people on this list that have the potential. To me, like if I'm just even going to cut it off at say 15, like the people that are in the 15, I'm going to reorder them. MJF's 1. You're definitely putting Fletcher, Ripley, and to me, I'm putting Leon Slater and Javon Evans at that top.
Yep, I agree with you there. I was going to say Javon Evans should be much higher, and Leon Slater too, for that matter.
Because the other ones have not great. The other ones have personalities that have put them into this stratosphere, but their actual wrestling matches are not there.
Mm-hmm.
MJF's done, like, MJF is so far ahead of almost everyone else on this list. Like, I think Fletcher's going to be great and is he's had an unbelievable 2025.
Yep.
But MJF's done this for years. Like, he's a seasoned pro at 29?
Yep.
He's got experience in him that he's 40 or 45. And the others just don't have it. You can see potential in some of these other people, but they're on the way, and it's no crime against them. It's just, but Dominic should be in the top 5.
And I don't know. I can't. What happened to the game I love, Versage? What happened to this sport that Dominic Mysterio is number 1?
Well,
that there's serious consideration for him to be in the top 5. Like, what happened? What happened to where was my Jun Akiyama that's coming through here, man? Where's my Kurt Angle? Where are these guys? Where are they, Lee? Where are they? Why is Dom here? Where are those guys? I need one of these guys. Oh,
okay.
So I love this sport. What happened to it?
So the John Cena, the bracket, if you think of, regardless of whether we both think he's losing the title.
Yes.
But I wouldn't book him that way. So right now we have Gunther and Solo coming up next Monday. And they say TBA because SmackDown is on tonight, but we know that Jey Uso and LA Knight won.
Yep.
So you have Solo, Jey Uso, LA Knight, and Gunther. Can't believe you got that in.
Look, you don't know how I always try and get my stuff in on this show.
I know.
All right?
Okay, so we all want Gunther to win.
Yes.
Because we don't like the other 3. I don't like the other 3. I shouldn't talk for you. But is there is there a possibility that Gunther does not win this tournament?
There always is, but I think the way that they have it organized right now, I just as soon as he came back with that new music, or really his old music, and the way that they've been presenting his character, it's this would be tough to eliminate him at this stage. There would have to be some sort of story coming out of it if they were going to beat Gunther, and I just don't see it right now. So it'd be tough.
Do you think that Solo was going to beat Penta anyway? Penta got hurt last week, legitimately, and they called the match off.
Yeah, that is weird, eh? Because Sheamus also got hurt, this tournament's it's a little bit cursed in terms of the injuries. I think in terms of the push that he was having, I think Solo was going to find a way to beat Penta anyways. I know people would have been enticed by Gunther and Penta, but
yeah, and that's the thing. I would have been enticed by that match, and that's why I asked. But there's a lot of this tournament's getting very oozy. That worries me.
Yeah. Jey Uso and Gunther final is what you're thinking?
They've been there before.
Yeah. You rekindle that rivalry, and then you hopefully have Gunther go over top of Jey Uso in that. But I
don't know that Jey Uso would beat LA Knight, because I don't know that you would go back to that same match again in Uso and Gunther. They faced each other how many times now?
Gunther and Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Boy,
WrestleMania. They wrestled on the Saturday night's main event.
There was a Raw as well that was in there, so quite a few times.
Right. It feels weird to go back to that again. Like you're sitting down planning this tournament out. John Cena's final, and you're gonna book the same match that we've seen 3 or 4 times already.
But you also have to remember, this is Triple H, our great creative genius that is leading the ship on this. And you know, in the past, that CM Punk and Seth Rollins just cannot seem to get away from each other. Ever since CM Punk returned to WWE a few years ago, he has been intertwined with Seth Rollins somehow, some way, all throughout the last couple of years. So I can't throw it past them that they would go back to the well and be like, oh, remember this match from like, and you can market it as a WrestleMania rematch as well. Who's going to win in this WrestleMania rematch?
I think, and I said this earlier in the show, that I had an idea that I think Gunther and CM Punk are on a collision course. That's where I think
collision.
No, that's where I think CM Punk's going to end up, defending his world championship against the guy who held that title and the guy that's retired, Cena and Goldberg, and is maybe the Intercontinental Champion. Like, you could do a lot there. And that's where I think Gunther and Punk are on a collision course. Because maybe if you're gonna have Rock, can't believe I said Rock. Cody.
Oh, the Rock. Oh, okay, now we're cooking here.
No, Roman.
I do
Cody.
want Dwayne back. I won't lie. I do want Dwayne Johnson back in here just to make things messy.
I do not. If you,
I love it when he makes things messy.
If you have Gunther and Punk, I would be going all the way with, especially in Saudi Arabia, as somebody like that could probably get over in that spot more. I would say that Gunther's a little bit more of a worldwide star than some of the other people. That Gunther would win the Rumble and end up picking CM Punk to get his championship back. That's where I think he's going to go. So, all in all, I would have, as we wrap up the Survivor Series, I know it kind of morphed into other things, but it all stems from the John Cena match with Dominic Mysterio. Does he win? Does he lose? Does he keep the Intercontinental title? What does Dom do? Where are they going with the tournament? Where are they going after the tournament? I think people want to celebrate with John Cena. And if you are having somebody like Gunther go over him in Washington on December 13th, I think he's got to win on the weekend. But it doesn't mean they're going to.
Yep.
And it also might mean that Jey Uso could beat John Cena and be the guy to retire John Cena.
Yeah. And I will truly have lost faith in all of professional wrestling when that happens. So
Jey Uso pushed John Cena out to win the Royal Rumble.
Yep. Sure did. He sure did.
He might have a hell of a year eliminating John Cena twice in January and December.
I'll never forget. I was working Remix Wrestling that night when the Rumble was on, and they had the Rumble of backstage. So I was watching. There's Cena and there's Jey Uso. Like, here we go. Cena's gonna win this. We're gonna have a big celebration. And then what happens? Jey Uso pushes Cena out. I was there, mouth agape. Like, I cannot believe I went on this show and said 0% chance that Jey Uso was going to win this. And what does he do? He runs the table and wins the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And look at how much it's paying off for WWE now. Look at how much the fans have embraced Jey Uso, especially on social media, just how much they've embraced him and have loved his matches and just have really taken on to the next superstar in professional wrestling. And now what a end chapter moment it could be. Jey Uso taking on John Cena in Washington, and I see all these people yeeting as John Cena is retired. Oh, this is what pro wrestling is all about, Lee Versage.
The Survivor Series in San Diego coming up on Saturday. Zach, this has been quite a preview show. Always good to talk to you, and we will be back on after the Survivor Series. Who knows what's going to happen? We'll be back on very shortly thereafter.
Yep. Get ready. Get fired up. We have our 4 matches to consume on the show. 4.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Thank you, Paul. I appreciate the 4 professional wrestling matches I'm going to get Saturday. Thank you. God forbid you go with 5 or even 6.
The funny thing is there's only 4, and in one of them, Nikki Bella is wrestling in a singles match.
That's right. Paul's looking at his sheets like, this is the best option here. I mean, where else can we go? We can't add any more matches onto this card. We gotta I'm filled to the brim here. We gotta give these Survivor Series War Games matches time too. So
they will, because there's no way that Nikki Bella can go more than 12 minutes. So
don't that sounds like a threat. Don't challenge them. They're like, I'll show you, I'll make it 15 minutes and you're gonna like every bit of it. You'll be begging for the commercials when they pop up. You'll be begging for them. I'll be begging Michael Cole to talk about Slim Jim at the announce table if they go 15 minutes with Nikki Bella and Stephanie McCure. That's a challenge. And then they do the post angle with Brie Bella too. And I was like, oh, you love the 15-minute match? Here's the 10-minute angle afterwards too to really sell it. Get fired up. Let's go.
For Zach McGibbon, I'm Lee Versage. This is your Survivor Series preview on This Is Wrestling.